All right. Looks like we are good to go. So, first and foremost, welcome everyone. Thank you all for taking some time from your day to join the PatentBots team for our webinar. My name is Katie. I am the Customer Success Manager, and I will also be your host for today's webinar. We are joined by Jeff O'Neill. Jeff is the founder and lead developer here at PatentBots. The webinar today is being recorded, so everyone who has registered will receive an email to review the recording. For questions, we will have the Q&A available. Jeff is going to help us out by monitoring and answering questions throughout the webinar. And we will also save a few minutes at the end to address any questions or new questions. The Q&A is located at the bottom center of your Zoom screen. Today's webinar is focused on showcasing our new product, which is the PatentLink product. During the session today, we'll provide an overview of the tool, share tips for using it effectively, and much more. So let's jump in and take a look at PatentLink. I'll be accessing PatentLink directly through the PatentBots website. Over on the left-hand side, you see that you do have access to the PatentBots tools, and I'll give a quick tap to PatentLink. And this is the starting page. And like all other PatentBots products, we provide a very easy to navigate user interface. So let's take a look at the starting page here. Up at the top left, you're going to see a small note. PatentLink does require a subscription. And our subscriptions include points that you use to add patents to lists. We do have pricing on our website. So if you're interested in the pricing, I encourage you to please check that out. The middle section here is the running total of subscription points. You will see the total points within the subscription, along with the number of points used, as well as the available points left. And here in the top right is just a breakdown of the structure of each list. So for our standard list, it costs 1 point per patent on that list. The notification list costs 2 points per patent on the list. And of course, our quality list is 3 points per patent. And PatentLink works by allowing you to build 3 separate types of patent list. Those 3 types are the standard list, and our standard list makes it very easy for you to curate a list of patents for your own prosecution work or for any due diligence work. The other 2 types of lists that you see here are the notification list and the quality list. These have additional features. Our notification list will allow you to receive a weekly email when specified events occur. And the quality list makes it very easy for you to track proofreading results as well as the scope of any claim amendments. And the list that you see here below is a shared catalog of the list that are for the PatentBots organization. So for your organization, if there's any shared list, you will see them populate here at the very bottom of the page. So let's take a look and see how easy it is to create your list of patents. For today's demonstration, I will create a list for each type. Beginning with our standard list, I'll give a quick tap to the Create Standard List. And here on the standard list starting page, at the top left, the first thing that you are going to do is give the list a name. And I will go with Yellowfish Group. Very creative. Just below the list name, you see that you have the option to keep this list private, meaning only you can access it, or you can make it a shared list. If the list is shared, this means that anyone within your organization can access the list. Just below the list info is where we allow you to add patents to this list. And there are a number of ways to add patents to any one of the list. The first option is to either manually type in or copy and paste individual patent numbers. Just below, we have the option to enter one patent number, and we can then import the whole patent family, followed by customer number, as well as assignee. For today's demonstration, I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste a list of numbers. This is coming directly from a Google sheet that I have created. And so you can see here, I've just pasted the list of individual patent numbers. Now at the very bottom, I'm going to go ahead and tap on the Create List, which you see here, PatentLink has automatically generated this very comprehensive list of patents. Taking a look at the top left, we can see that there are a total of 10 patents on this particular list. And just below the patent count here, you're going to see some options. The first option allows you to update this list. So essentially what you're seeing here, it brings you back to that creation page. If you need to add patents, you can do it via the update list button. The second option that you see here allows you to choose the specific columns that you would like displayed within this patent list. So I'm going to go ahead and add 2 additional columns to the list that we have. I'm adding the short title column as well as the description column. We can go ahead and apply, and you see that those were automatically added to this patent list. The third option is to download this as a CSV file. You can, of course, print. And this last option that you see here is the refresh button, which I'll get to in just a moment. But let's take a look at the comprehensive information that is provided on our standard list. So the columns that I have selected for this particular list are going to be application number, title. I went ahead and added that short title, which is really great. Some of the titles for the patents are fairly cumbersome. And if you want to give it just a quick reference title, you can do so here. And the extra column that I again added was the description. And this is really for any text that you'd like to add to this list. Maybe if there's particular notes or something important that you'd like to remember, you can enter it here in the description column. App date, docket number, patent number, inventors, examiner. Underneath of the examiner column, what you're going to see is these interactive links, that when you click on them, they take you to other sections of patent bots. So here we are directing you to the examiner stats. This one seems like a better example. So you can then go ahead and do some deeper analysis and take a look at this examiner's grant rate and difficulty rankings. The next column that I've populated here is going to be the status column. Next being the prosecution duration. So you're seeing here in the prosecution column a number of different levels of information. Here we can see the number of office actions, RCEs, number of appeals, as well as days pendency. These are interactive. So if you want to see the office actions, say that there were some, we could certainly tap on that badge. And again, this is direct access to the file wrapper. The next column that you're seeing here is the updated column. And this shows you the last update for this patent list. And to update the list, you're going to go up to the top left and tap on that refresh button. And we notify you that this list has been updated. It is now synced with the most recent information directly from the USPTO. And the last column showing here is our actions column. In the actions column, you do have this interactive link that will again take you to PatentPlex. This is a really great way to take a look at the prosecution history, as well as the patent family tree. So really nice interactive nature via the Patent Plex button. The two buttons on the bottom here, the one on the left is going to be the edit button. And this is where you are able to edit the columns, such as short title and description. I'm just going to put in an example here. Okay, and we'll go ahead and save that. We'll give it a short title. We will call this, and we go ahead and save that. And you can see now that this list is automatically updated. So the standard list is really great for managing any of your kind of daily prosecution workload, whether it's due diligence. And it really replaces the need to create these Excel spreadsheets that you need to manually update. So again, this information is automatically updated when you tap on the refresh button instead of making you manually update any Excel spreadsheet. We do this automatically. So this is a quick example of our standard patent list. On the left-hand side, I'm going to tap back on PatentLink. This brings us back to the home page. And here in the middle of the screen, you can see we are now generating this catalog of lists. We created the yellow fish group. In the catalog here, we show you the owner, the type of list, the privacy setting. So this is currently on private, meaning only I can see this list. We show the total number of points used for this particular list. And again, a standard list costs 1 point per patent, and I do have 10 patents on this list, so I've used up 10 points. The date that the list was created, and lastly, the option to delete the list entirely. All right, so I'm going to jump over to the second and third list, which is the notification list and the quality list. I really think of the notification and quality list as being really nice competitive intelligence tools. We'll start here with the notification list. Again, same starting concept as our standard list. We'll create that list. And once again, we must give this patent list a name. So we will call this Blue Dog Group. You do have, again, that option to leave this list private or share it. Adding patents or building out this patent list is the exact same as our standard list. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and add patents. I'm just going to go ahead and paste my list, but you do have the option to add patent family, customer number, or by assignee. Now, the difference here in the notification list is going to be on the right-hand side of the screen. So this is where PatentLink allows you to choose which events you would like to be notified about. And you're notified via a weekly email every Monday morning. We will send you an email for, again, the events that you select to be notified about. So for this notification list, I'm just going to toggle on all three of these options. We can be notified related to the change in a status, change in examiner. This is particularly helpful to be notified when an examiner is assigned, as well as a new child application. And just below those three sort of standard notifications, we do provide you with a list of suggested transaction codes. To look at the full list of USPTO transaction codes, you can click on this question mark, and we have a direct link for easy access. And what you would do here is simply copy and paste in any of the transaction codes that you would like to be notified about. And before I show you that notification list, I did want to show a quick example of what our current notification emails look like. Showing here on the screen, this is just a very standard list. This is one that Jeff created. The list is for Apple patents. Jeff is the owner, and it shows the date that the email notification was generated. And essentially here, this is the email that you will receive, this table format. There are live links here in the application column. We show you the docket number, the status, as well as that notification. So this is the triggering event for that notification email. And then, of course, here in the last column, we show you what that detail was, whether it was a new transaction, a change in examiner, etc., whatever you have selected for your notifications. All right, so I am jumping back to PatentLink here on the notification list. And I'm going to again go ahead and touch on that blue create button, which has now created my notification list. This looks almost exactly the same as the standard list, but again, here we have notifications set up. You do have the same options at the top left, such as updating your list. You can, of course, change and add columns that you would like to display. Here, I'll go ahead and add in that short title and description again. We can download this list to CSV format as well as print. And you'll notice here in the notification list, you do, of course, receive those interactive links to view examiner information, as well as direct access to the PatentLink page. So that is the notification list. And I really enjoy the notification list for a couple of different use cases. It really allows you to quickly assess risk, identify different opportunities. It's excellent for, of course, as you can probably imagine, monitoring competitors. It allows you to respond more strategically, and it just saves you time. Again, from having to, manually update your Excel spreadsheets. This is going to be a game changer, saving you tons of time and really increasing your overall efficiency by allowing you to stay proactively informed. All right. And again, I'm jumping back to the PatentLink homepage. And you see here in the middle, again, we have now populated the newest list, which is our Blue Dog group. We can again see all of that same information, except here I used 20 points instead of the 10. And our last list type is going to be our quality dashboard list. Same operation, just tap on that create list. And up at the top, you are again going to provide a list name. Let's go. So I'm going color animal. We'll go red cat group. There we go. Again, you do have the option for private or shared, and adding and building and customizing this list is the same exact for all three of the list types. So I'll just paste that same exact patent list. Notifications are included with the quality list. So when you are creating your quality list, you also have the option to set up notifications for any patent on this list. All right, we'll go ahead and create. Now, one thing to note here, we retrieve the claims for every single patent on this list directly from the USPTO, and we proofread them. So depending on the size of your list, it can take a couple of minutes to hours for us to provide the quality columns that you see here. Again, it really depends on the size of the list. I only have 10 here, so this is a very manageable list. I'm going to X out of that warning, and I see that none of the quality information has shown up here in my list. What I'm going to do is simply refresh my page. So I tapped on the refresh, And now our tool was able to pull in all of the quality information here. And I'll go ahead and tap that one more time. And again, if I wait another minute or two, you're going to see the additional quality information populate. All right. Well, we won't be waiting a minute, but I promise it will populate. All right. So list, everything on the left-hand side here is relatively the same as the standard and notification list, except the difference here, we are providing you the quality columns here. And the first column that we are providing you is the claim count. So taking a look, it may be difficult to see, but here on this green badge, you see a number, a slash, and then another number following that slash. The first number that you see before the slash is the number of independent claims. And the number behind the slash is showing you the total number of claims. So for each version of the claims, you can come down your list here and you can see. So all of these are very similar. So we have 3 independent, and it's either 20 or 24 total, or here's 21, 19 total claims. So that's going to be the claim count. The next quality column that we show here is the claim length. And
Hey,
this
Katie, do you mind
is,
if I jump in for a sec?
no, please do.
So I just wanted to sort of emphasize one point. So like if we go to the claim count column, you see the dates there. Those
Mhm.
are the dates of all the claims that exist in the image file wrapper. So the first one is going to be like the claims as they were originally filed in your application. And then after that, well, it might be a preliminary amendment, but for the most part, it's going to be the claims as you've amended them, like in your office action responses. So the idea here, if you scroll down a little bit to say row 7, there's a whole bunch more of them. So the idea is that you can easily track exactly how the claim counts are changing during prosecution. So, often you're going to start with like 3 and 20 claims, and sometimes you might move a dependent claim into an independent claim to get, your claims allowed. So see it go down to 3 and 19, and that's like reasonable. Um, but sometimes big changes happen. Like what if you lose an independent claim, or you go from like 20 dependent claims to like 5 dependent claims? Like these are the kinds of things we want to make it easy to track. So any problem areas in the prosecution of this patent, we just make it super easy to stay on top of everything that is going on. And I'll hand it back to Katie.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Jeff. All right, so that is the count. Yes, that was claim count. Next for the quality columns is going to be claim length. And this is the number of words in the first independent claim. These badges are interactive. So you can see here in this version of the claims, I'm going to go ahead and tap on that green badge. We automatically show you the first independent claim. So giving you, again, that really nice quick access. So down here, we have 3 independent and 13. Oh, no, that's 313. Sorry. Again, what we're seeing here is pulling in the first independent for your review. And you can see that throughout the list of patents. And the last quality column that we are showing you here is our claim error column. And there are specifically 3 different types of errors that we are looking at or counting. And those 3 types of errors are numbering errors, so skipping, repeating claim numbers, antecedent basis errors, as well as word support errors. And so you can see here, the 000, that means there were no mistakes found in any of those 3 sections. However, if we come down, we see some red. So we'd want to take another further look into that. And these are interactive. So I just click on that red badge and we bring you directly to the PatentBot's proofreading results page. And this is going to allow you to toggle through each one of these. So here on the numbering tab, you can quickly kind of get in there and diagnose and see what those numbering issues are. Same for issues and mistakes with antecedents, as well as word support. Even though those are the proofreading errors and things that we look for, we do provide you the entire proofreading report. So you have access to the phrase support proofreading, reference labels, figure numbers, as well as the profanity tab. And the last two columns here are going to be the exact same for the standard notification as well as the quality list. So as you can probably imagine, and based off the information that Jeff has shared, the quality lists act as a really nice solution to monitor the activities of competitors as well as their patent portfolios. For any corporates, it's a great insight into the work of outside counsel with a quick dashboard right at your fingertips here. Jeff, I'm happy to have you insert any additional pieces of information or uh, pro tips from the developer would always be great.
Yeah, I'd like to talk a little bit more about the colors that you see in the quality column. So the claim count, the claim length, and the claim errors. So the big picture idea there is if things are green, like it's probably okay, and you probably don't need to be too concerned. If it's in yellow, it's like a little bit out of normal, maybe. So maybe you want to take a closer look to make sure things are going okay. And if something is in red, then it's more likely that there's something that needs your attention. So the big picture here is we're trying to make it easy to stay abreast of what's going on in your patent portfolio and make it easier for you to focus on the things that might need your attention. Um, so for example, for like the patent or the claim count column, so we all know that 3 and 20 is like a typical number of claims. And do we have any non-green claim counts if we scroll down? Yeah, we got one there.
Uh,
Yep. So we got 2 and 14. So if you have fewer than 3 independent claims, then we mark it in yellow. So if you have 2 independent claims, it's not like a huge deal, but it's a little atypical, so it's worth raising it to your attention. And if there's one independent claim, then it would be red instead of yellow, because at least in my practice, one independent claim would be quite unusual, and I wouldn't want to do that. And we also change the colors as it increases. I forget the exact thresholds, but maybe at 5 or 6 it turns yellow, and maybe at 7 or 8 it turns red. Because if you're having a huge number of independent claims, of course that makes prosecution more expensive. So it's just something to keep aware of. And it's a similar concept for the claim length column. So here, the colors, yeah, if we look at the green and the red there, what we're doing here is we're looking at the increase in the number of words from the previous version of the claims. So this patent was filed with 252 words in claim one. And then in the first office action response, it was amended to have 313 words. And that's a pretty good size increase. And if you are concerned about, having as broad a scope as possible of your claims, that's something that you might want to take a look at. And if you just click on that little red badge there, you can instantly see exactly how the claims were changed. And these were the amendments that were made. So maybe you can look at this quickly and be like, oh, yeah, that all makes sense. I'm fine with that. But maybe you're not. And maybe you want to, go look at the patent and get a better idea of what's going on. And then similar for the claim errors column, we have thresholds for the number of errors. So I think 5 or fewer is green. I don't know the exact threshold off the top of my head, but if you go above that, it's yellow, and if you go even higher, it becomes red. So just an easy way to keep track of any errors that might be creeping into your patent claims.
Great. Excellent insight. Thank you, Jeff. So we are just 2 minutes over. So before we get into the questions, I just wanted to let everyone know that that does conclude our webinar for today. PatentBot's team appreciates and thanks you for joining. If you have any questions related to PatentLink, or if you'd like to learn more about obtaining a subscription, the best way to reach us is via email at sales@patentbots.com. So if you have to go, again, thank you. If you have some time, we are going to stay on and answer a couple of the questions from the chat live. Or if there's any questions that you did not have the opportunity to ask, you can please put them in the chat now, and Jeff will answer those.
Okay, great. So there are some questions. I'll just go ahead and answer them live. So one question is about adding non-public patents or foreign patents to our lists. So that is not possible currently. We only allow US public patents, but that is the highest, it's first in our to-do list of things to do. And I think in the coming month, we will expect to have both non-public and foreign patents on the list as well. And for non-public US patents, you'll see it should work for everything that we've shown you here today. For foreign patents, it's a little bit harder to get some of the data, so we might not be able to provide you with all the statistics for foreign patents, but we're going to do as well as we can. Another question we got is it possible to share the lists? So, for example, if you are an attorney at a law firm, you might have a list for your client, and it might be nice to share a list with your client who perhaps doesn't have a patent bot subscription. That is also very high on our list of things to do, and we also expect to have that available in the coming month. And the idea is that you can share an encrypted link with your client, and that will allow your clients to get access to the patent list that you created. All right, another question. There's a kind of a theme here in that a lot of our questions relate to things that we are actually working on, which is great. Someone asked if we can do notifications for the notification lists on an interval other than weekly. Like, for example, they were interested in doing a daily notification. So that is, again, something that we don't have right now, but it is something we are looking into adding to changing that notification frequency. All right. Another question we had is, can you show the quality list, Katie?
Sure. Or create or just show one that I
No,
already
you can just show the
did.
existing one. That would be great.
Okay. Red cat it is.
Yeah. So for all the columns with the colored badges in them, the colors are based on thresholds that we've set, going from green to yellow or yellow to red. And so currently those thresholds were set by us, but it is also on our list to allow our customers to set their own thresholds in the preferences. So, for example, maybe for you, anything other than 3 independent claims would be a red, and that's something that we will allow you to do in the future. All right, we got a question about using PatentLink for litigation, and I see it being very straightforward to create a list for litigation. Um, I have done patent litigation in the past, so I do have experience with that. And there are times, for example, where a very large number of patents are asserted in litigation. So you can imagine creating a list of patents for all the patents that have been asserted, either as the plaintiff or as the defendant. And you get easy access to information to help you in the litigation process. So, for example, um, if you're a plaintiff, you might be less likely to assert a claim set that had a lot of proofreading errors in it. It might make the claims harder to assert in litigation, things like that. Um, yeah, so I think this would be a really great tool for litigators as well as patent prosecutors. And then the next question that we have is they were asking about the costs. And we're not going to go over the full details. It's a little bit complicated. But Katie, if you want to go back to the start page. Um, no, no, not the pricing page, the patent link start page.
Mm. Oh, I was just on it. There we
Yeah,
go.
this one. Yeah.
There we go.
Um, yeah, so subscriptions for patent links are based on purchasing what we call points. And we have a summary at the top of this page of how the points are used. And there is an explanation of the point costs on our pricing page as well. And I think this is probably not the best use of everyone's time to do it right here. But if you are interested in subscribing to PatentLink, we're happy to go over that with you in more detail. But the basic idea is you subscribe to a set amount of points that you can use to create lists. And if you use up all your points, you can then, add more points to your subscription. Yeah, and that is all the questions that we had today. Thank you for all of those. And I will hand it back to Katie.
Excellent. Thank you, Jeff. Wonderful insights there from the founder and developer himself. How lucky are we? So that does conclude our webinar for today. Again, everyone who did register, you will receive a recording, a link to view it in the next couple of days. And our team thanks you greatly for tuning in today. It's been a pleasure to present PatentLink for you. Thanks and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, everyone.